Hey, all right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone, who taught us this truth. Shalom to the brothers and the very few sisters seeking and pushing Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, the truth and the sincerity. All right, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Rock Desire, which means Lord willing. The lesson be edifying, correct, and direct to feed the lambs of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Like, I'm the brother Adanya from the GMS Chicago branch. Okay, and pretty much just, see the title said the reward is worth the fight because in this truth, man, things will be difficult. It's not gonna be an easy walk into salvation. Lord will being at 144,000. Those are not light things. So that trial of accomplishing it is not gonna be light or easy either. All right, but Yahweh Shema Shai, he said he was with us unto the end, man. He with his elect unto the end, man. So the Lord strengthens his elect to overcome all things, man. All right, but ultimately understanding a lot of that last test is just disciplining yourself, cutting things off, ultimately to gain Yahweh Shai. All right, you put all these other things to rest. You put all these other things on the back burner because ultimately the priority is to serve Yahweh Shema Shai and to receive that salvation, that reward, man. You know, so I just wanted to get a couple precepts on that. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 18, in verse 8. It says, "Wherefore, if thy hand or thy foot offend thee, cut them off and cast them from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life halt or maimed, rather than having 2 hands or 2 feet to be cast into everlasting fire." It says, "And if thine eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life with one eye, rather than having 2 eyes to be cast into hellfire." Yeah, because, and that's a lot of things to disciplining yourself, man. If whatever it is that's holding you back, man, holding you back from growing, from progressing, from reaching better levels in the spirit of Yahweh Shem outside, whatever it is, you cut it off, man. That's what this similitude is going into, man. You would rather cut those things off for the moment than try to hold on to your life now. Try to hold on to these things now, all right, and be what? Cast into that nuclear fire, man. So yeah, man, and honestly, a one of the toughest things is gonna be fighting this flesh, man. Fighting the flesh and the temptations that come with being in the flesh and Babylon, man. Disciplining yourself, you know, constantly, man, not just for a moment and then, you let up. No, it's a constant thing, man. Uh, this the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 19. It says, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal." Yeah, because ultimately in this place, man, it's all temporary. Nothing is really yours, man. Nothing is really yours. I don't care what you think it is, man. It could all be taken away in an instant. So Yahweh Bashim outside is the only thing that's constant, man. He the one that's faithful, man. Yahweh Bashim outside, he gonna be faithful. He said he not unrighteous to forget the labor of love of the elect. So now you really that's our treasure is Yahweh Bashim outside, not nothing on this current evil temporal world, man. And you don't want to start to hold these things to your heart, or if you already do, you want to decrease in that, because these things can be taken away from you at any moment. All right, and ultimately we still have a mission to accomplish, man. We got a job to do, man, and that treasure has to be in heaven, man. It gotta be Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That gotta be your treasure, man. You know, uh, Matthew 6:21, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." It says, "The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light." Right? If you focused on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, if your priority is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, say your whole body will be full of light. But if thine, verse 23, but if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? Yeah, so if you let these things corrupt your vision, man, your eyesight, your the things that you see, all right, because we're chasing spiritual things, immortality, all right, salvation, joint heirship with Yahweh Shai, man. Those are heavenly things that we can't physically touch right now, but we believe in them, we hope in them, it's our expectation, man. All right, that's that light, man. That's the eye being single. But all right, if you let these things corrupt your vision, all right, whatever it is, money, women, a better position, a better, more comfortable lifestyle, whatever it is, all right, if that becomes your priority, then your whole body gonna be full of darkness, like the scripture just said, man. All right, and you don't wanna fall into that, man. You just want to keep a straight and narrow path toward Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, having that priority be Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. All right, verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve Yahweh and Mammon, man. So, hey, ultimately, it's a choice to be made on a daily basis, man. It's everyday basis. You gotta wake up and to the best of our ability pray. All right, fast, do the spiritual things, be around brothers, but and Lord will Yahweh Shem Shah riders out to the best of our ability. Choose Yahweh Shem Shah. Choose life and lay hold onto life, man, and not let it go, which is Yahweh Shem Shah, man. You know, ultimately every day that I gotta wake up and be a decision and an effort to do. You know, Romans chapter 8 verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Right. So anything that you lose on this side, man, understand that manyfold, man, hundredfold, man. Numbers that we can't comprehend, man. Yahweh Bashim Al gonna make all those things, all right, come back and even be better, man. All right, and then in the kingdom of heaven, it's gonna last for an eternity, man. You don't have to worry about, all right, things going left or things not working out, or worst case scenarios. No, it's gonna be the best case scenario, and then you will have put in the work, all right, to be accounted, in good standing for eternity, man. All right, and that's the most important thing, all right, that you could ever even fathom, man, or think of, man. You know, this the book of Second Timothy chapter 2 and verse 10. Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Yahweh Shai Mashiach with eternal glory. Yeah, all things. So the elder Jeremiah always said, heart broke ache. It don't matter, man. You endure all these things to continue to push for Yahweh Bashim Shai, because as younger men coming up under, watching. Saying we gotta be the examples, man. To the best of our ability. We just keep pressing toward that mark, man. Verse 11, it is a faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us. So, just to the best of the ability, man, just keep fighting. The reward is worth the fight, man. Just keep fighting for your Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, if you fall, you don't stay underground. You don't just stay and wallow in your sorrow, man. All right, and allow that to throw you off your course, or allow that to send you back into the world. No, if you fall, you pray to Yahweh Shema Shai, you fast, you get around the bros, and you fight and get back up and you fight again, man. All right, Philippians, because hey, the reward is worth it, man. Not being not having a bathed in nuclear fire is worth whatever it is that's holding us back on this side, man. Philippians chapter 3 verse 7. But what things were gained to me, those I kind of lost for Yahweh Shai. It's gonna be things that you wanted, but you gotta be able to handle these things. You gotta be able to set them in their correct order, man. All right, they are not the priority. Yahweh Shai is the priority. So you're gonna have to treat those things like little things, because in the grand scheme of things, they are little things compared to the race of gaining salvation for Yahweh Shema Shai. Everything else is a little thing, man. Especially all those things that's in Babylon, man. These things are temporal, and they all about to get smoked, burnt, So Philippians 3 and 7. But what things were gained to me, those I kind of lost for Yahweh Shai. Yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge Slack of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Yahweh Shai. And so the reward is worth the fight, man. The reward is worth cutting things off. The reward is worth making all things, counting all things lost. Count all things lost. Make sure your position and what you're doing on an everyday basis is pleasing to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to the best of our abilities. Now, we're not going to be perfect, but we can strive for perfection. We can fight to be as close to perfect as we possibly can be in this vile flesh, man, and this vile society, man. You know, it's evil, man. You know, but it's a fight, all right, and it's a trial, all right, and you gotta continue in it, you know, on a daily basis until Yahweh Shai crack the clouds, man. Until these things, until all hell should hit the fan and all hell breaks loose, and the Lord bring the prophets off the streets. But until then, you gotta stay single-eyed, man. All right, keep your eye on the prize, man. Tunnel vision. Don't let these things stray your focus, man. And we gotta pray on it. Yahweh Shemel Shai desire was me, Lord willing. The lesson was edifying, correct, and direct to feed the lambs of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Mashiach Bashem Kakodash. I want to give our praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Mashiach Bashem Kakodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom to the brothers and the very few sisters seeking and pushing Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Mashiach Bashem Kakodash. Shalom, Wakwam Yasharala, and the Bible.